everybody. And slight frustrations, I'll be honest. Slight frustrations. When you guys see people like this, you see gold. This is the people that forget about the place right after they get the place. Unless you create the atmosphere that they want to see, meaning positive human interaction.
I already tried to explain this to you before. The thing is, you're getting good customers, but you're only looking after the ones that are difficult to get done.
I'm not looking at anything. No, absolutely not. I have customers right now that have already given me as low as no down payments, has given me as high as $5,000 down, and you guys still aren't processing my deals.
Like what?
No, you want me to go through this?
Just give me an example, dude.
What do you mean? Really? Do I really need to go through these examples? No, because you guys don't let me in the system to look at things. Pull up caps right now, and I'll show you examples. And I'll show you my examples, and I'll give you logical breakdowns on why.
Listen.
Just off the caps program. We're not talking through any of the 15 other lenders that you guys don't send it to claim you do.
We do. I can show you all the...
The only ones that you guys normally do is Landmark or finance specialists.
Do you know what the fuck finance specialist is by any chance?
Finance specialists? Yeah, they go through the 15 lenders that they associate with.
Yeah, they're a hub. So just by sending that to them...
And this hub, if they don't make their quota, just like you guys don't make your quota, and nobody's going to process these things.
No. Again, if customers... Look, the only person who's better than me working at Caps is John. And if
I know. Why do you think I've been calling John?
If customers are in Caps and we're not getting them done, it's because there's no way to do it. Period. I told you last time, and I feel like this is a topic that we shouldn't be touching anymore.
I'm not. I don't even talk about it. But what I do know is...
Beggars can't be choosers. There's a lot of customers...
No, beggars can be choosers because it's their goddamn life. I'm not going to force nobody into a vehicle unless they literally cannot get into nothing else. That's if they can't get into nothing else. But I'm not going to force them into something just because we want to get rid of that vehicle. No. Check that out. Look, I'm not building my foundation on that. Because you know what? My character is founded much more profoundly.
Dustin is an example. There was nothing else you could have got done.
Sure there was. You guys just chose not to do it. That's fine.
No, there wasn't.
John would have got done. If it was just a John and me dealing with John wasn't gone in Florida, John would have got it done.
You can call John.
No, it's over with already. There's already been a statement with that situation. If John was the first person that I dealt with this situation, John would have took the $1,000 down and took it as an equal loss and took it as a statistic for the company as an overall another vehicle gone. Yes, he would have. And later on, I would have made it up with a higher down payment.
Nope.
Okay, I already talked to John about this.
And
John would have made it happen already.
I wouldn't have taken that decision if I wouldn't have John back in the office.
It wasn't John. John had nothing involved with it. It was Norina that had something to do with it. John was in Florida. It had nothing to do with it.
So you're thinking Norina doesn't have power in here?
She has 100% power in here.
So?
What do you mean? They're like this. So completely. But they definitely have a little bit of different views. It's just like we all have different views. But I'm just saying, if the first person I spoke to was John, John would have got the deal done. Yes, he would have.
The three of us took a look at it.
I understand that. That's my point. That's my point. It's because if I would have just went to John, John would have figured it out all on his own. He wouldn't have figured it out through three people. It would just create a complicated cycle that didn't need to happen.
It did. It's just the fact of a customer that had really bad credit.
A customer that had bad credit that makes $30 an hour, that can show that he makes $30 an hour, that can show that he works for the last 3 years at the same company, that can show that he deserves a vehicle, is being forced into a vehicle that we just got in on a trade-in for cash because they want to make the most out of the deal. You're not going to tell me logic when I understand things much more than you can. But one thing I do understand is I care about jobs. Okay? So I do care about the Silver Promise. I don't care about that situation. But you're not going to try to tell me about a situation that I know about.
We were breaking even on that car, even if I was selling it for $10,000. The fee that the bank was going to charge us was way more than what the car.
Tomato, man. You're gonna beat up the logic to fit your logic, no matter what. I'm over Dustin. You see, I ain't calling him anymore. I forgot about it already.
It's not my logic. It's how banks work.
Man, out of the first 12 vehicles that I sold, I pulled 3 people that should have never, ever Demetrius Reed should have never fucking pulled a vehicle off this line. He had a $25,000 lien on his account. I don't need to. I got all his information. I know what it looked like.
Let's get
We gave him a vehicle with no license, no warranty, no clean title. It wasn't safety. It was literally not even supposed to be sold.
You want to hear perspective?
No, I don't, because I know what we did.
The vehicle, it was safety for Jordan.
No,
before we bought it.
it was not. It was a fresh vehicle we just picked up and dropped off. Yes, it was. 100%. It was just dropped off the day prior.
No, the paperwork's over there. I can show you. It was safety by George. I can call George right now. Number one. Number two, he got a 7-year warranty with his car.
I know, he got a beautiful deal.
Yeah, number three.
I know he did.
Look at this. Number three. We owned that car for $6,700. I sold the car for $1,299 plus tax.
Oh, I know what you
and
did.
warranty. And you know how much we made on the deal? Even though he put $5,000 down, we only made $300 on the deal. To put it into perspective, there's a lot of things.
You didn't just only make $300. You
no.
See, this is what you're not equating. There's more logic to it than that. You know, when a vehicle disappears for Green Bay, Wisconsin, for DeSilva Prime Auto, there's a stat that increases. Yeah, there is. You're gonna no. See, this is what you need to think outside the box. It ain't just about just the profit of the I mean, you got overall profitability, then you got profit of the company, right?
Numbers are numbers too.
No, there's more than one number for the business.
There's
There is. There's the business overall that is. Since I've been here, I've already created almost $200,000 for the overall business. Did I make that for the company? No. But I've sold those amount of vehicles. What are you talking about? You better start adding up the amount of vehicles that I've gotten rid of in the math that equates to that. And we're talking close to $200,000 overall for all business. I don't care who gets the money. I don't care about DeSilva. There's a transition of life. DeSilva gets a part. The auctions get a part. Everybody else that's involved gets a part. But I'm just saying, these are the things that I think about. And it's important because I've dealt with $30,000, $40,000 in a month before. I understand what money looks like. So I calculate things. I've worked for big construction companies. I've overseen 7, 8, 9-man crews before. I understand.
All this because I'm just asking you to call a customer and get it in here.
No, all this because you're doubting my job.
I'm not.
You coming in here saying, why did he leave, tells me you're doubting my job.
I'm not.
So why did you ask me why did he leave?
It's my job. They're always going to give you a reason. But you got to determine.
I want to know your reason though, really. Why was your reason for the reason? Like, why are you leaving today, sir? You know, to me, if I was that customer, I'll never come back here.
You got to determine if it's a valid claim or not.
I determined it already. I determined it already. If it's not, well, I'm wrong. But I determined it was a valid lead.
I'm just trying to help you out, dude. I mean, I just want to figure out what's going on. I want to figure out how we can get him in here. He's getting an exceptional price on the car.
I don't even care about the price. I could care less if he gets it for $12,452. I'm not the one fighting him to get a lower price. I could care less if he gets it for $15,000. If I could get him to buy it for $14,000, I'll have him buy it for $14,000. I'm not the one that said, what's the lowest price point? He just simply peacefully requested me to ask, hey, can you please check with your underwriter what the lowest price point would be? That was it. It wasn't some complicated, this has been made something else. All I did was reference a question, and somehow we got into this big, deep conversation and it came off of because you came off like I'm doing something wrong. And it's the same thing that Arena did when I didn't keep him in the office. That just, I'm gonna be honest, and I've already told him, like, that kills my energy as a human being. Nobody's gonna tell me to keep somebody in an office, man. I'm not a freaking, I don't understand those forms of communication.
It's not a form of communication. That's how majority of cells are gonna work.
Do you understand the type of dynamic I have when I meet people? Do you understand the type? I'm literally able to decipher and get people to talk about their personal life within seconds.
I don't care about that. I just want to help.
You should care about that because the talent is very not alike. Many people can't get information, social security, talk about their kids, personal information. That is an acquired skill.
Again, I don't care. I just want to help you sell more cars. And 90% of the vehicles that we sell, we gotta try to keep the customer in here. Like, for example, the Explorer. I'll give you an example.
I promise you.
Look, I'm not saying you're not, but look, an example is that Explorer. Those customers, you know what they came in for? They came in for the Wrangler. They never thought about that Explorer. They didn't even like the damn thing. They bought it.
The only reason I didn't was because you didn't even communicate with me that you gave him a $5,000 price point and John didn't realize. Oh, I'm just saying when they were
No,
here,
I'm not talking about your Spanish customer.
I didn't know that you even
I'm
had that conversation with him.
I'm talking about the customers that today just bought that silver
Oh.
Explorer. So they came in for the Wrangler. They didn't even want that car. And they bought it. You know why? They came in 2 days in a row. Even though there were more than 8 hours inside that office and we couldn't finish the thing those 2 days, it kept them on the edge. They were expecting a benefit from all that work. And they just stayed in the office. And my job was to keep them in there.
I understand that. But when somebody's telling me out of their own mouth, I have this and this to do, I have to go here and here, and I offer him the 100%, I didn't miss any type of communication, and you roll your eyes, but I'm telling you, I'm not over here just lollygagging, doing my job. When somebody's communicating in front of me, I'm trying to get rid of John's cars, bro. Like, my main focus, I promise you, I can't make no money if I'm not selling.
Do you even understand why I roll my eyes? Because I'm really tired of this dynamic. I feel like you and me should have like a regular conversation, not this type of thing where you're trying to talk over me when I'm just trying to explain to you my point of view. I'm not trying to impose anything on you. I'm just trying to show you. I'm just trying to help you. Dude, when I started here, I would have wished somebody treated me how I'm treating you guys. Again, I don't care if you like being thrown to the sharks, but it's not easy, and that's the truth.
That's only because I'm processing information. My brain is
all I need you to do is call a customer and have them come back. That's all. Look,
I did. So what number am I saying?
we're not going to talk about any price range because we're already selling it at cost. If he's here, if he scratches and sniffs the car, he's gonna go for it. That's all. Like honestly, there's no better price than that. You know why he came in? Because we're the lowest price right now that he found for that particular vehicle on that particular mileage with the qualities that he's
I mean, he already stated all this, but that's besides the point of him still paying cash. He knows what it means to put up $12,000 cash and the value behind that. He knows this already.
Sure.
Ain't nobody else coming in here just paying. There's out of 5 out of 50 are paying cash for their vehicle.
Yeah, you know that car's been here for a long time.
I don't care about the lowering of the amount. I'm just saying that he would like this. It just sounds like they're bringing him back here. He said he wants to bring his wife in to do the signing and all that stuff tomorrow, and that's why it might not be today. So he said he would like his wife to be a part of that, and that's why I told him that I was going to.
If he's actually going to come back, you need
Everything from his communication told me, even with price not changing.
I don't mean that. What I mean is, if he's really going to come back, you need like an actual time frame.
I know, I had it. I'm going to get the time. I had all that set up, man, and this is what I'm telling you. He knows that. I told him I was going to give him a call around 3 o'clock today. I already programmed this in his head when I was going to be contacting him back today. I've already prepped this. Like, I'm going to be calling him here in the next, 30 minutes. So I'm sure he's already programmed in his head that maybe he forgot about it. I don't know. But
you mind if I get a copy of that interview sheet?
what's the reason for that?
It's not about the information. If I wanted to call him, I would have called him. He's on the other side. I just. Did you talk to him about the options though?
He didn't care about the options. He's buying a car for his daughter in college for free. It's his first vehicle. Yes, I talked about the options, and he said he didn't care, except for performance and economy. So I'm not going to go through the next options because he said he didn't care.
That's not right.
You're right there. Which options are most important? He told me he did not care about anything leather, blah, 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 and all the other stuff.
If he's asking about, for example, safety, right? You said you talked about safety a lot. Okay. What is safe on this vehicle? Is it because of the camera? Is it because of the side view mirrors? The proximity detection? Like, those are things that we don't know. So if he doesn't like that thing, I won't know what.
The only car on this lot that he wants is that car. There is no other vehicle. It's that simple. I'm just telling you, there's no other vehicle.
Yeah, but again,
Like the options for this situation is that is the only car that he would take off his lot.
That's-
I'm giving you the options.
that's
That is the only option of vehicle he's taking, so he doesn't care about anything else in reflection. So I don't understand what you're asking me.
That's what you're thinking. But look,
Now I'm telling you what he came out of his own mouth.
there's 4 cars. Right?
And I already talked about these cars.
No,
Okay.
it's not that.
Listen, Danny.
No,
This is where you're telling me that I don't know
Look,
what I'm doing. Okay.
It's
Check
not
it out
that.
so you understand.
It's not that I'm not telling you.
Look at
you
this.
don't know
I'm gonna
what
pull it
you're
up so you know, because it's just
doing. I just need you to listen. That's all. Look, there are 4 cars that are similar to.
Oh, I know, and I pulled up each 4 cars right here. Here's the page. Here's where he was.
Which
I
car?
told him there's a Mazda 2015. I told him which ones. I told him the other vehicles.
I'm not talking about the Mazda. You see, that's where there's a barrier here. I'm not talking about that.
Okay, well, I'm telling you, he specifically came in here for one car, and I specifically acknowledged all the other cars we had, and he specifically stated he is only interested in that Mazda.
I know.
If you don't have another Mazda, he doesn't care.
I know, but why? Look.
Because of his daughter has the same similar Mazda.
Are you gonna keep talking over me? You want to listen to what I'm trying to sell? Look, that car is a 2.5 4-cylinder with CVT transmission. What other cars are 2.5 4-cylinder with a CVT transmission?
That has nothing to do with it.
It's a Nissan Rogue.
That has nothing to do with it. He looked at the Nissan Rogue.
He's
He
looking-
wasn't- I showed him the Nissan Rogue. He
Yeah.
wasn't.
That's not what I mean, but look.
It wasn't at the price point. The only way he'd go to the Nissan Rogue is if it was at a 12.9 price point.
But how do you know it's not?
Because that came out of his mouth.
How do you know it's not going to be at that price point though?
Because it's listed at 14.9.
How do you know it's not going to be at that price point? You don't know if we're able to discount that car to match the price on the Mazda. But these are things that we're not able to think about because we don't know why is he looking at Mazda. Other than it's a safe car and his daughter used to have one, and we understand that. But again, I mean, there's like 1,000 switches over there. But the Toyota RAV4, same engine, same transmission, same size, same gas mileage, same qualities, cloth interior, backup camera. I'm just giving you examples.
You know, one thing that I don't like, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna force somebody in a different vehicle. I don't care, and I'm not gonna talk them. This is what you guys do, and I don't like that. See, I've sold vehicles so far since I've been here because they wanted the vehicle. Okay? I'm not gonna talk them out of vehicles and sweep them over here. I'm just telling you. You can go back and tell them this. I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna do that. That's not what my character is, and that's not what I'm found in. I don't care if a vehicle's been on this lot for 400 days. I'm going to get a vehicle for what they want unless they literally can't get it any other
It's
way.
not that.
I'm just telling you.
No, it's not that.
That's what I see.
It's
And that's what other people see.
It's being considerate enough to put options on the table for the customer. That's how I view it. Because again,
Being considerate enough to... Here, I'm going to write that down for you. So
to
you can read that.
put options on the table for the customer.
Being
The customer.
considered
The customer.
enough
75% of
to
the time,
put
what the customer can
options
say on the table for the customer.
for a customer on the table for a customer.
Yeah.
Let's hear that. Being considerate enough to put options for a customer of a vehicle. Let me give you an enlightenment. These people in the community, whether they're rich or they're poor, so we're gonna keep it on a white and black and gray scale. I don't care if they got an 850. I don't care if they're the busted broke coming from Hungary and they ain't got nothing over their name. Here, you know what they all are? They're all human. You wanna know what they all deserve? Whether they got the negative or they're the best in the world, an opportunity to show that they're worth something, even if they ain't got the negative. So for me, being considerate enough to put options on there. No, we're not being considerate enough. We're the community dealership that we're supposed to be trying to create the atmosphere that we're the ones gonna fight for them to get into these vehicles. Not because we consider them, but because they're part of the community. And they're the part of, because guess what? If you don't have, dude, I'm lost. You guys I'm not gonna be that guy.
So if you get a customer that's a 490,
and he can only get one?
No, look, it's a single mom, and she wants to get an SUV, but she's looking at my most expensive Mercedes, and she can't get done, and she doesn't understand what she can't get done, and you don't give her any other options prior to that. You think that's responsible enough? I mean,
that's not logical. Because that's not the way the system works. Because that is actually logical. That's exactly how I would do it. I would put her in a system on the vehicle that she wants, giving her the explanation of the 5 other vehicles in her situation, and these are the vehicles that the top 15 lenders, blah, blah. Hold on, I'm giving you what I do and how I've sold my vehicles. You're not getting a reconstruction of what I do. Because I do this.
And I understand that, but for example,
I give them the best option. I tell them we work with 15 different lenders. I tell them that we have in-house financing. I tell them that we work with people sometimes. I also tell them that we look for 20% down payment. I also tell them that the things that I go over in my conversation points with the people that I know I go over my detailed points, and they understand thoroughly what they're getting themselves into. So not only do I give them the best option with very much knowledge that they might not get that, then I give them the 5 other options, and then the lowest option probably what they're going to get with the down payment that they have and the reason because of their job. I know exactly what I'm doing.
What if you call Keith back and he says, hey, that car's not for me?
I'm going to ask him what the reasons are, and he's going to give me his reason, and then I'm going to have a conversation point on the reasons, and then I'm going to go from there. And then I'll base off his reason, and I'm going to have a logical argumentative point to continue the conversation. And the conversation is going to acquire him to want to come back, because my viewpoints is going to attract his interest.
How are you going to know what to do?
Because I had a conversation with him, and I'm the only one that needs to know.
You're not the only one who needs to know.
I put on here what's important for that vehicle. He wants that vehicle, that's when I'm going to get him in.
You're not the only one supposed to know.
Okay, well I had a long 20-minute conversation with him. I'm the one that needs to know.
We owe ourselves to you.
Okay, and I'm...
You're not the only one who needs to know.
No, you guys are trying to manipulate it your own way, okay? If he comes back, it's because of what I did. If he doesn't, well that's because he found a different vehicle somewhere else. That's normal life. I'm not going to adjust me because at the end of the day, any other dealership would want me to do my job the way that I'm doing it now. I'm not doing anything wrong.
The only thing that I generally feel you're doing wrong is that you think everybody's trying to attack you when I'm just trying to help you.
For the last 10 days, all of you have been trying to attack me and test me. No, yes, you definitely have.
No.
Okay.
You can double check all the activity. I've been working on your deals. There's no logic. There's no logic behind that because I'm gonna get paid depending on your guys' sales. So why would I be pushing back your sales?
Because you're getting paid no matter what.
No.
No, you are.
No, I'm not. That's illogical what you're saying right now. I get paid based on results, and I get paid based on your results. So I want to help you sell cars. I want you to make money so I can make money myself. That's not logical what you're trying to say right now. Look, the week that John
locking all of us else out of the system's not the logical part because the only
you're not locked out of the system. You're just not able to utilize the functions that only.
So I don't know the deeper prospect of what's going on, so I can't analyze
if you go to
other prospects, other thing. I know exactly what's going on.
If you go to any other dealerships, salespersons are not supposed to.
That's besides the point.
It's not, because it's the truth.
That's not what I came and how I got my job hired and what was promised me through John. That's simple.
Nobody's against you. Again, if you don't sell, I don't get paid. I gotta help you sell more cars. So I'm just
no, it's not that if I don't sell more cars, it's that I don't get the amount that you guys want on the back end.
Not necessarily.
Oh no, it is definitely necessary because I got at least 10, 15 deals that I could go over to fucking Dan Goldman and say, here, and he's gonna go and give them.
Dan Goldman is not even gonna look at them.
Really?
Dan Goldman doesn't like to run around paperwork. He says it himself, dude. He doesn't take subprime. He doesn't even work with credit acceptance, high finance, nobody. He only works with prime customers. That's the only thing he does. You don't believe me? Go into the store. Try to apply for a car.
That's not my goal. I don't have no purpose with that. I already had a conversation with Dan.
You can't say it that way because that's how Goldman is working. And don't ask me. Ask Jose. He's the one who mostly works with them.
I don't want to talk. I mean, I don't talk personal things about other people's businesses so they can go and like. That's one thing I don't do.
Look, I talk about all the dealerships because I want to know what's out there. I always ask Jose, hey, how's Dan going? What's up with Goldman? They don't run around paperwork. The things that we do, that we have to chase around for a fucking awards letter, a fucking bank statement, that's something he will never do. If you're under the 640, he won't even look at you. So that argument is not valid.
Well, sorry to tell you, I will.
I'm not.
And it's a problem.
I'm not saying that it's a problem. Look, there's people. You don't know that. Look, that Kia, for example, that was another break-even deal. The Kia, the deal I took. The 2011 Jeep Patriot, that was another break-even deal. We didn't make no profit on it, and we took it because it was your deal. The only time I told you that we needed to make a certain profit, it was on that Durango because vehicles that are on the top lot, we need to make good money. And that Durango we ended up selling and getting the profit that we needed to get from. And that's realistically what happened. Even though we got Tiffany on a car that we lose money on. Because we lost a lot of money on that fucking 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee. That's a lot of things you don't know and you don't have to know about because it's not your job. And again, I'm trying to help you sell cars. If I wasn't trying to help you, none of those deals that week would have been done. I was in your corner trying to help you out. So that argument is not valid to me again. And you know it. Again, I get paid based on your results. So my job is to help you sell more cars. It's not valid that you say that we're pushing your transactions backwards. We're in the business of selling cars, dude. That doesn't make any sense.
No, because people keep talking about, like, I keep thinking about this little $150. Here, let me tell you, $150, real shit, take this however you want. I will literally pee away $150. $150 to me on a car is nothing to me. I run life off. My life runs off thousands of dollars. Real life. My real life runs off thousands.
Look,
just like theirs do. So I have to sell these cars.
You're complaining about your commission.
I'm not complaining.
Look,
I'm not complaining.
If you were
I'm saying.
You want to listen for a minute? If you were to work at a big dealership, you're not going to pay flat commissions. You're going to get paid based on percentage.
It depends on the dealership. I've already answered this out.
It doesn't depend on the dealership. That's how the big guys do it. So
yeah, I know. Most of the big guys go between 15 and 40% off the vehicle, and it depends on the vehicle.
You want to listen or not? So let's say we sell something like we did with Tiffany. You know how much we're going to get paid? Nothing, because we lost money on the car, but still you got paid. That's some bullshit.
No, that's not how it works at other dealerships. They go off the equity of the whole transaction. If it was a $70,000 vehicle, that's 30 to 40% off $70,000 that person would make off. Sorry to tell you, that's how it actually works.
No.
Actually, yes. I promise you I've been doing my research, and you should do yours too.
Yeah.
The top person in Green Bay right now selling cars in Green Bay, Wisconsin is making $245,000.
Why don't you go work on one of the big guys and try your luck?
It's not even one of the big guys. Actually, at one of the used car dealerships, there's somebody right now making $190,000.
$199 is the biggest scam in the world.
It doesn't. I'm not even talking about scams. I'm just talking. What does that got to do with anything? That has nothing to do with anything.
$199.
That's those percentage rates. That's the back end deals. That's
$199 because you always reference it.
I didn't even reference $199.
Yeah, you do because you always talk about your friend that works at $199.
I didn't say anything about $199 just now.
Operates on a gray area. That's why they manage to get more money out of that. You're gonna start seeing the customers that come from there over here. They've been through the worst experiences ever. So,
no, personally, I actually know 10 people that have cars at $199, right? And they're fine with it.
Great. You know 10? I know 20.
But I also know 5 more that have them at Chrysler and other places. There's 100 different car dealerships. I'm trying to get these ones gone. So what is going to make us stand out from everybody else? I'm asking.
You just got
me. price points.
You just gotta be realistic. Not everybody.
So what's not realistic, man?
Not everybody's qualified to purchase a car.
Everybody is qualified to purchase a car.
You know what?
Were you qualified?
Yeah, I'm qualified.
No. When you first got here, were you qualified?
No, and I didn't get a car.
But you figured it out, didn't you?
No. You know what? You know what I had to do?
But you figured it out, right?
No. Look, you know what I had to do? I had to drive around my piece of shit truck
But you found a way to have something.
for a year.
It doesn't make a difference. You found a way to get a vehicle, right?
It's not that simple.
Oh my God, why are you literally, like, talk to me like I'm like not 34 years old, man. Like, you could try to word game me.
No, you gotta stop referencing the fact of my age.
I'm not referencing your age,
are
but I'm referencing my age off my intellect.
Because you keep bringing that up. And
Because you keep trying to run circles around me like I don't know word games.
I've been working here for 2 years, dude.
And I also know when you started working here, you didn't have nothing.
So what?
So in reflection, everybody has a chance. Prime example. I don't know how you can't see it.
It's way worse to have fucked up credit than not have credit.
You know what? If it wasn't
I had
for John,
zero credit.
check this out. If it wasn't for John, you wouldn't be in the position that you're in any
You
level.
don't know
Yes, I do.
that. No, you don't. Because you don't know me. You don't know that.
It's not the fact, just like this job right now with John. Now, John opened up a new doorway. I will continue in sales no matter what. I'll leave here and go to another car dealership. That's because of John pushed me to go push and fight to get my Wisconsin state car's license. There is a difference.
That's where there's a big difference between you and me. If I stop working here, I'm not going to sell any more cars. I'm not working here because I like to sell cars. This is the worst job I've ever had.
No, that's because you ain't had no real job.
It's stressful as fuck.
Right, here, I will give you
again
a list of references to tell me jobs, and you go work these jobs, and you tell me you won't take this job.
Just because I'm 20, that doesn't mean that I went through things.
Nobody's referencing your age like
I
that.
used to work in construction. I used to work in landscaping. I worked in customer service for 2 years. I used to work at restaurants. I've been all over the damn place. You gotta remember, I come from Puerto Rico. Down there, the things are different. I've been working since I'm fucking 12.
Well, so is everybody else.
I don't give a fuck. What I'm trying to tell you is that it doesn't matter if I didn't have this job. Just because of how I am, it would have been different. But
well, here, I'm gonna argue that point. The gray area is I'm gonna argue to disagree to agree. All I do know is that John gave you an opportunity. You secured it. And you've done what you needed to, you used some information, however you want to internalize it, and you've done whatever you want, a good job. And now they're promoting it. If you can't see that that's because of John, well, just because you're learning.
I'm not saying it's not because of
John. It definitely is because of John and his wife.
I am not saying that it's not because of them. I'm more than grateful that anybody that's going to be on this fucking building.
And all I'm going to say you didn't have nothing, and now you are something. Not only based off what they did, but based off your hard work and your energy.
When I came in here, I was already somebody.
Everybody's a somebody, but you were just like everybody else walking in that door. You weren't going to get a job by John. He would have treated you just like everybody else.
Nope.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna explain this again. Having no credit is better than having fucked up credit.
Right, and he also met an individual starting a business fresh that knew Spanish, that had no background in many things, and that was very easily able to train and would listen and listen. You did very well.
You're bullshitting again.
Not bullshit. It's literally what happened.
Look, you did ask John.
I did ask John.
And he said it himself the day that we had the meeting. He never gave us proper time. And this is not a lie.
I didn't say anything about training. That had nothing to do, and no, I didn't. It had to do with he gave you an opportunity.
This is all common just because I'm asking you to bring the customer in here, and the next time.
No, it's off the fact that you're telling me everybody isn't here for a car, and I'm not going to do my job that way. Everybody that walks in here can get a car.
The next time somebody's in here, you got to try to keep them in the office. Try. I'm not saying you're doing a bad job. I'm just saying that you got to try to keep them in here. That's all.
I did try to keep him in here, and I did everything. I got him in the system. I didn't just try to keep him in here. I took him on a test drive. I got him in a dealer. I had his ID, took pictures of his ID, asked him for a down payment. Absolutely not. I'm doing my job exactly how I'm supposed to be. Sorry. I am. Literally. I did everything you're trying to tell me to do. Everything. And I don't like that. I don't know. I'm not going to be told I'm not doing it when I did it. That's crazy to me. And when they were on vacation and nobody was trying to intermingle with what we had, bro, dude, we were selling cars and we were having actually good connections. But for some reason, other people have a reason. I don't understand. I don't get it. There's other energy that's there. And it's not a you thing. I'm seeing something else.
There's nothing out there. Honestly, you're just getting bad customers. It happens.
I'm not getting bad customers. I'm not. I'm getting normal people, and some of them have high down payments, and you guys just are processing.
Yeah, okay. Let's talk about your cosigner, for example.
I don't care about that. I don't care about it.
It's an example.
It's not an example.
You've gotten 3 customers in here with the exact same amount of credit, and the 4.
That's besides the point, but their whole life and circumstance is totally different, and that's bullshit.
It's not.
It is bullshit.
Credit is everything.
Bullshit.
Cash ain't.
Bullshit.
It's not.
Bullshit. Sorry, bullshit.
It's not.
I've gotten many people with the cars that I've gotten, and I keep contract, and I keep information of everybody that I've already sold. Bullshit.
It's not.
Credit is not the only thing getting cars
It is.
done. No, sir.
Credit is more.
The money that you guys are making
No.
is what's getting cars done.
No.
Bullshit.
Nowadays.
Bullshit.
Credit.
I'm a blunt guy, and I'm a realist, and I speak the truth. It's because of the profit that you guys aren't going to make that's not making these go through. Yes, it is.
No.
It's that simple.
Dude.
Yes, it is.
Credit is everything.
You guys are on this one so much because he's paying $10,000 cash. Yes, it is.
I don't care if it's.
You guys have been on this,
I
like,
don't-
I've had you and John everybody
I
blow
don't-
me up over this
I
$10,000
don't
deal.
care.
Now this is
I
the
don't-
first time that you
I don't
ever
care.
came and printed off.
I don't care if it's cash or not. The only
Right.
reason I'm focusing on this is because it's a car that's a pain on my fucking ass. That's the only reason. I don't give a fuck if the guy is financing, paying cash, or asking a loan for his mama. I don't fucking care. It's just because it's a problematic unit. It's a unit you possibly couldn't get in this pit on, and we don't know if that customer's gonna come in. The moment they leave,
Nothing I can do about
it
that. After
drops
I did
from 50% chance of they buying a car, it drops rapidly. You know how hard it's going to be to bring him back in here? That is all. I'm trying to make your life a little bit easier.
No, you
Because
guys are
I
making
went-
my job harder.
Because I went through that myself.
I'm fine.
It's really hard to get a customer in here once they leave.
I've gotten plenty of people to come back in here and buy the vehicle. Almost every single person that I've sold a vehicle has brought a family member back in here or came back in here and referenced and went give me Google reviews. I'm not hearing it. I'm not hearing it, dude. I'm sorry. I'm doing my job how I'm supposed to be doing it. It's that simple. I'm not going to change how I just did this. You want me to add $12.995 to make you feel better? Sure, I'll add it. But at the end of the day,
I'm not telling you to add anything. I explained the price situation to you already. He saw the price at $11,995, and we're possibly going to have to honor that price. So he's still getting an exceptional price range on it. So you just bring him in here, and we'll explain that to him. That is all. Your job is to get people in here, hold them until we can get them on a car.
My job is not that. My job is to create an atmosphere for these people so they go out and talk about me in the community so they come back to this business and buy cars.